Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the Innoview 15.6-inch 4K touchscreen portable monitor. This retails for roughly $600 US. I'll include a link in the description, and in full disclosure, this was furnished to me by the manufacturer for review purposes. Now with that said, at the time of this video, this is actually on sale for $499, which I think is a pretty compelling price when you take into account, again, its specifications, not only that it's 4K and touchscreen, but it's also color accurate. So hopefully this can be relied upon for professional creative work that requires color accuracy. It also has a sensor to detect whether it's in portrait or landscape, which I think is a nice addition. So nothing else to show you on the box. So let's go ahead and just crack this open. Again, Innoview is a manufacturer that I have not covered in the past, but what I've seen from them so far, pretty good. I mean, one other full HD monitor, so I'm hoping, obviously, that this is going to just build upon what I've seen with that product, because already that was very value-oriented, but didn't cut any corners in terms of performance or build quality. So, being that this is the higher-end model that is going to give us touchscreen input, 4K playback, and of course, again, color accuracy, this is the model I'm a little bit more excited about, because as a content creator, as a photographer, this is pretty much, it checks the boxes that I personally need. So the first thing we see is a travel case that they've given us. I like that. I always appreciate a travel case. Your warranty card, and then we have, of course, the instruction manual, or other known as user guide. A quick special connection notice. Also got this with the Full HD, just to give people some additional instruction regarding using it with a phone, that you're likely going to use or need additional power, and also adapters possibly. This is a first. Innoview, you get credit. I have not seen a calibration or an actual uniformity report from any manufacturer when it comes to portable monitors. Now, granted, this is not in English, so I speak and Innoview delivers. So we have, it was just Chinese side up, but here we have essentially the entire report, and this is great to see. I mean, this is just something you generally will not get even from manufacturers who do claim to have color accurate IPS panels. So I dig it that we've got it, and now the product itself. So let's see. Now this does have a built-in kickstand. Go ahead and get it out of the packaging here. Aluminum frame, just like the Full HD panel, but as you can see, it does have that hinge that is going to be a kickstand. It is also glossy. You may have already noticed that. Fairly common with the 4K panels. Their Full HD is matte. I do prefer matte, but when you have 4K touchscreens like this, glossy tends to be the way manufacturers go. And then the actual kickstand, I'm just trying to see here, just comes out like that. That is it. So I really like this design, believe it or not. It just seems to be really well made. The glass on the front panel, very solid. Granted, it's a touch screen, so you expect that. You have a pretty good range of motion on this. Nearly, well, basically just about completely flat with the hinge. And then all of the ports. So we've got two Type-C ports here. One obviously would be used for a dedicated power supply. The other for your video in. We have HDMI. And then on the other side, we have our audio jack. That is the combo jack right there where my thumb is. Then we have, of course, another Type-C port, which, didn't have to be there. In fact, this one is the dedicated. Is this the dedicated? No, this is apparently a peripheral port if it's acting as a hub, I'm guessing. I think. So that's nice to see that we've got a third port. And then the power button. So this is actually more feature-rich than I even saw coming. But let's go ahead and move on to the balance of the contents of the box. But I'm really digging this hinge design. I mean, to have that kickstand, I've seen one other portable monitor that used this sort of system, and it's one of my favorites. This could easily be gaining that now. Again, with the color accuracy and everything it's got going for it. Pricing, you know, it's still expensive at the 600 retail, still expensive even at 400, but if you're getting what you pay for, that's pretty important. So your power brick right there, your HDMI cable right there, Type-C, and another Type-C, because here, unlike the Full HD, no reason to have a Type-A with all these Type-C ports, but just in case you have to use a converter, they've given you one. So that's pretty nice that they've given you a Type-C to Type-A. This is just another nice add-on and a cleaning cloth for the display, which you absolutely will need with a touchscreen. So let's go ahead and just try to get this connected using one of their Type-C cables, or actually I think I have one right here, so bear with me, that we will use. We will test it out, and we're going to see whether or not we can get this working, again, with the with my Z Fold 3. I believe I have a cable right here from the other monitor that I just unboxed that's already open. That would make life easy. But, you know what? Let's just crack that open. No reason not to. Let's just do it. Let's do it. It's not even sealed. You see what I'm wasting time here. Get that out of the way. Put that over there. Let's go ahead and adjust this a little bit. And I'm already really digging this. I mean, the nearly zero bezel, older 4K models like this, you know, they definitely have more bezel than this. So I like it. And then I'm on the wrong side. But I feel like the build quality on here is really good. So Innoview, you get solid points for what you've done with this panel based on what I've seen here. So now that we are connected, let's see what happens as to whether or not my Fold right here can power this, which I think it's going to. There's no reason that it shouldn't. If it can't, which it may not be able to, after all, this is 4K and it's touchscreen, and I said there's no reason it shouldn't. I have the backup plan, which is I have right here, ready to go, a power supply so that we can actually see how this operates nonetheless. Just trying to get to it. Bear with me. Let's see how this works with dedicated power coming in. So I'll go ahead and plug that in right now. And that's just using a 65 watt Lenovo, Type-C charger. But of course, you should be using their included. That will absolutely work. Now it's asking me to unlock, so I'm going to go ahead and do that just so we can actually get into my phone here. Let's see if it's going to let me unlock on the tablet itself. I'm calling it a tablet already. You see what's happening? Do you see? So I've unlocked here, and it looks like we're in business. So yeah, I mean, it seems to be functioning as far as I can tell. Everything looks good. Display quality is excellent, okay? So that's just at first glance. It looks great. I'm going to play with it more before I can actually give anyone full impressions. But again, this looks great right now. And of course, if I do hit the Google Suite, it opens up. I mean, this panel looks excellent. So I'm excited to test this more, see, what, if any, downsides there are to it. But at present, at least as far as an IPS panel goes, with touchscreen, high resolution, color accuracy, this looks like one of the better options out there right now in 2022. It's just built well, and it does what it should, and even comes with a case. But that rounds things out. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. Hit that like button. And as usual, please feel free to subscribe, and please stay safe. Later.